Alright, so this is the draft video for the computer science IE software. Okay, so I reckon the best way to cover all the software is to just go through my success criteria one by one. So criterion number one was to have a program with a login system where students and teachers can access the database. Here, as you can see, I can either log in as a student. Here's the student's name, or I can log in as a teacher. This is the teacher's name. Criterion number two, students will be able to see their past records of test grades, feedback, and targets. Here are the example past grades. The feedback from the teacher will be here if the teacher adds any feedback. Targets and reflections are here. Criterion number three is the ability to add a self-reflection and targets. Here, students can add self-reflections. As you can see, the current reflections changed to reflections, and it updated that in a database. Same can be said for targets. As you can see, the current target is now targets. The data will be displayed in an intuitive and easy to read format for both the students and the teachers, such as a graph. For criterion number four here, students can choose to graph their grades. This will update depending on which student is using the system. So if I go to my second student, you can see that the graph has changed to reflect the different grades, 46103 this time. The graph view is also present for the teacher. The teacher can see a list of students and can choose a student individually to be able to view their graph. Criterion number five, the teacher can see the progress of their students and trends over time. The graph serves this purpose. Criterion number six, the teacher will be able to manipulate the data in the system. What I meant by this was to be able to change the grades. And here, for example, if I want to change the mock grade to level 6, I can do that from the teacher view, and it has updated in the database here. The program will have an algorithm giving them an overall score, which only the teacher can see, along with a predicted grade. Here, using a JavaScript function, the computer calculates a mean, a weighted average, and a predicted grade for each student. This works for any student that I choose. Criteria number 8, errors in the program will be displayed in an easy to understand format so that students and teachers can rectify problems themselves. For example, if I leave any of the fields blank, it'll give me a fill in all fields warning, or if I type the password in wrong, it will give me an invalid login warning. Criteria number 9, all concerned data can be downloaded by their respective parties in a spreadsheet format. So for example, the teacher would like to download the list of their students. You can do so by clicking the download as spreadsheet button, which generates a comma separated value file which can be opened in Excel as a Microsoft spreadsheet. Each student's individual grades can also be viewed below if the teacher chooses so. Students can also download their grades in the spreadsheet format using this button, download a spreadsheet. Using the same method, it downloads a comma-separated value file with their grades in a spreadsheet format. Criteria number 10, the program will have simple checks to prevent erroneous data entry by the teacher. If the teacher, for example, tries to submit empty feedback, The system will give them an error and prevent them from doing so because the submission was empty. Those are the 10 success criteria that I had planned and that I have successfully completed using the system.